Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a new custom Baxter that I recently received. The Baxter has actually become one of my favorite styles from Oakley as of late. And if you guys follow the channel, you know that I've customized quite a few of them. I think this is my fourth one that I've customized, and specifically because I like to switch out the Baxters. As you guys know, they normally come with the trigger stem. I like to customize them with the straight stem. I feel that they're a lot more comfortable for me. Now, why do you see two boxes here? That's because just like anything else that you customize, it looks one way when you have it in this computer screen, but then when you receive it, it looks a little bit different. So that's what happened to me with this one. So I actually ordered a replacement lens. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you guys the way that I customize it and the way that it came. And then I've gotten this question a lot. I'll show you guys how to swap out the lenses, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like with the new lenses. So we'll set the lenses off to the side for now. I'm really digging these new boxes as well. So I customize my eyewear straight through the standard issue website. So I don't know if this is exclusive to standard issue or what, but I really do like these boxes. The black theme is really cool. So again, this is the custom Baxter. Now I chose this micro bag here. That's a cool thing also, is when you customize it, you can choose which micro bag you want. So I decided to go with this one. It was a little bit different. So here is the one that I customized. Now, I'll take this off. I wanted to go with something really out there, completely different, so I went with this whole purple theme. I don't think I have a lot of purple sunglasses from Oakley, or sunglasses period, so I decided to go with this one. The Baxter is such a sporty frame that I think it lends itself really nice to go with this particular color, and I went all out. As you guys can see, it is the straight stems, and then they actually had the little piece that goes in here, which is black, and it has a purple icon also, so it completely matches everything. So that is really cool. Now, I know you guys are looking at this lens and going, what is that? So this is actually the Prism golf lens or something like that. I forget the name of it, but in the picture, and you can sort of see it here in the computer, when I put it all together, it had a lot of hues of purple, and that's why I chose this lens, because I thought it was going to look really cool because it would match the purple. So purple would match the frame, would have the purple in the lens. And you know, yes, when you take it out of the box and stuff like that, it does kind of match it, but it is a very light colored lens. Again, it's designed for golf, so you want to have a lot of increased contrast, and I thought it was just going to be a little bit darker. I prefer my lenses to be on the darker side because, you know, obviously if you're wearing it in the sun and stuff like that, you want it to block out as much as the sun, and that unfortunately is not the case with these, because they are designed to increase contrast, so you want to let more light in. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys what this looks like with this lens. Alright, so I'll go ahead and put these on. Again, the Baxter is such a comfortable frame for me. I just really like the way that these fit. It has a slight wrap to it, but it's the shield lens is really awesome. You have a lot of view, peripheral, and everything up and down. It looks very nice. And then the straight stems is what I really like about these in comparison to the trigger stem. Again, I customize them this way. They don't come like this. When you purchase them, most of the ones that are pre-built come with the trigger stems, whether the O-Matter ones or the metal ones. These, I just prefer them. Again, they fit a lot more comfortable. They flex a little bit. Obviously, the drawback is if you're wearing a hat, they are going to come back a little bit more, so it might get in the way, but I don't really wear a lot of hats, so this fits perfectly. But as you guys can see, you can see my eyes. So if you can see my eyes, that means there's a lot of light coming in. And for a pair of sunglasses, that kind of defeats the purpose if you're going to be wearing them, you know, bright sunny days. Obviously, for golf and stuff like that, this is a great lens because it makes everything look brighter. You could see, you know, the different terrain features and stuff like that on the golf course. That's what this lens is designed for. But for sunglasses, you know, not so much. So that's why I went ahead and purchased the replacement lenses. So again, let me go ahead and turn the camera around now back onto the table so you guys can see how to swap out the lenses, and then afterwards I will turn it back around so you guys can see what they look like on me with the new lenses. Alright, so as I mentioned, I have gotten the question of how to swap out the lenses on the Oakley Baxter quite a bit, so I figured I would take this video and show you guys how to do that as well. Now, first things first, you are going to get the lenses dirty. You have to put your hands all over the lenses to swap them out. Second thing is, you cannot be scared. There's going to be some manhandling that you're going to be doing on the lenses and on the frame. You just have to do it. These lenses are pretty much pressure fitted into the frame, so there's no buttons or anything like that which will release them. You just have to kind of pull them out, and that's the best way of saying it. So obviously, as you can see, not only do you have the frame that you have to deal with, but you also have this bottom section right here, because obviously that's going to be transferred onto the new lenses. So first things first, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and remove the nose pieces, the nose bombs. So these are kind of like attached with these little hooks that are on the frame, if you guys can see right there. So you just pull them and then pull them the other way and they come right off. The reason I take those off is just because I don't want them to come off while I'm trying to switch out the lenses, and then maybe I break them or something like that. Alright, so as I mentioned, these are pretty much pressure fitted in there. So I'm going to start with the bottom section right here, and basically all you have to do is just pull it away from the frame right here in the middle. That's the best way of doing it. As you guys can see right there, these came off, and then just take off the sides. They're basically like these little hooks on the lens, right, as you guys can see right there. And then this is the section that keeps this bottom piece on the lens itself, and then just set that off to the side, because again, you're going to be reusing that. Now, the lens actually fits into the frame in two different sections. So on the sides, you have two hooks that hook onto the frame, and then in the middle, you have another section of the lens that actually is what pressure fits the lens onto the frame. So basically, all you have to do is just pull, just pulling the frame away from the lens in order to release the pressure that's in the center right there. And again, it might take you a little bit of time, and there it goes. So as you guys can see, that came loose. So now what I do is I just bend the lens a little bit to get the hooks away out of the frame itself, and here is the lens. So you guys can see, you have the little hooks on the side right here, you have the section up here that attaches the lens to the frame, and then you have the bottom section right here which deals with that one. So set that off to the side, and like I mentioned, you are going to get your hands all over the lenses, so don't worry about that. And then we'll take our new lenses, and just so you guys know, this particular lens is going to be the Prism Sapphire lens. Now, the reason that I chose Prism Sapphire, it's not because it's going to be the best fit or the best combination for the purple, but in this instance it was, because I was kind of working with whatever was available on the standard issue side as far as replacement lenses, but also whatever lens color I didn't already have. So I think there was one, maybe two lenses that might have fitted a little bit nicer color scheme, but I already have those in other frames. So I decided to go with Prism Sapphire because I don't have a Baxter with a Prism Sapphire lens. Now, this one did come with its own microfiber bag, which is nice, and here is the lens itself. And I know underneath the camera or the lights right here, it doesn't look that well, but we'll go ahead and put it in there. And again, I'm going off of the rendering that I got on the website of how it looked, this lens in this frame. So obviously in person is going to be the true test. So in order to put them back in, you're just going to do the opposite. I'm going to grab the hooks and I'm going to hook it onto the frame, and then on the other side as well. So I'm basically bending the lens so that that hook goes into the frame. Making sure that I get it in there. There it is. And then obviously you want to fit the frame, the lens into the little channel in the frame, and then just push up and it should pop into the frame itself. See if that happens. All right, here we go. There it is. All right. So now the lens popped into the frame. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this bottom piece. So obviously I'm working from the side as well. So I'm going to start on this side and just kind of feed that frame into that little channel in the lens, and there it is. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here, feed it into the channel, and then making sure that the lens is inside of the channel of the plastic part right there. And I'm just going to start basically pushing up so that this part snaps into the lens as well. And again, you might hear some crunching and stuff like that. Don't worry about it. This is just pressure fitted, so you got to make sure that it fits in place correctly. So there we go, one side, and then now we'll do the other side. And there it is. Now that bottom section is fit it into the lens. As you guys can see, a lot of fingerprints there. So before I put the nose bonds back on, I will do my best to try and clean these up a little bit. All right, just get those fingerprints off of it as much as I can for now. All right. All right, so there it is. I got most of it off, and then now I will put the nose band back on. And then, as I mentioned, you have two little hooks. So basically, you just hook one of the parts. So I usually go from the bottom and just kind of pull it up. Hopefully, I'm doing that on camera. Pull it up so that it attaches both on the top and on the bottom. And then I will do the other side. Here we go. Start from the bottom. Make sure that it's hooked in. And then the top, make sure it's hooked in, and there it is. And that is how you swap out the lenses on the Oakley Baxter. Again, you're gonna have to manhandle it. It's gonna be a little scary at first, but don't worry about it. The frames are very resilient. They stretch a little bit, and then the lens can actually be bent a little bit in order to fit into those different channels, so that way you can go ahead and swap them out. So again, in front of the camera lights here, you cannot really make out the color combination here. So what I'm going to do is I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see now what this combination looks like on me. All right, so let me go ahead and put these back on. I try to clean them up a little bit more. So right away you can see what a major difference it is. The Prism sapphire lens is a lot darker. I think it matches it pretty nice. The cool thing about the sapphire lens is it does catch the colors from, around it and stuff like that. So it actually catches a little bit of the color of the frame, both on the top and on the bottom, and it gives it a little bit of a purple hue. But definitely a lot better as far as sunglasses. They're darker, so they're going to block out a lot more of the light coming in. And I think it's a pretty cool combination. Again, this purple frame is very loud. It's very out there, and that's exactly what I was looking for. I didn't want something, that would, blend it against the background. I wanted something that was loud, that was, instantly seen, and people would be like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And I think this particular combination definitely does that. Again, I love the fit of the Baxters, especially with those straight stems. They fit really, really comfortable. Even when I take them off and put them on top of my head, they stay in place, and they're not as tight, especially if you have a wider head or a round face. These straight stems are going to be a lot more comfortable because when you wear them, they actually flare out a little bit. So it allows it to not be so tight like especially the metal trigger stems, but also the O-matter trigger stems. Depending on your frame, the frame of your face, and the frame of your head, they might be a little bit tight. So if you like the look of the Baxters, but you've tried them on and maybe they weren't as comfortable as you thought, I would recommend, obviously once you customize them, you can't really return them, but I would recommend that if you do definitely like that look and you want them, that you customize them with the trigger stem. I don't think you can customize them in the stores. The stores don't have the availability to do that as of yet. But online, I know the Oakley site you can do it on, and I usually do it on the standard issue site. So either one of the sites will allow you to customize them, and just the different colors that you can do also. The top of the frame can be one color versus the bottom of the frame can be another color. I just chose to put them together because I wanted that kind of more symmetrical look to them. But if you wanted to have the stems a different color, this area here with the icon a different color, the top a different color, the bottom a different color, they have so many different colors available to be able to do that, and I've actually taken advantage of a lot of those. So if you guys are interested, I will link some of the other videos that I've done with some of the other custom Baxters that I've done, and then some of the original Baxters, the way they come directly from the factory pre-built, so you guys can kind of get a feel for what is out there. But there it is. I hope this was helpful for those folks that needed a look at how to switch out the lenses. I know it's a little bit scary, especially once you start tugging and you put a little bit of force and nothing happens. You just have to do it. You just have to commit and pull on that sucker, and it will come loose, and you'll be able to swap them out if you need to. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.